Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Welcome to Skincare Wednesdays. Today I'm going to be doing another Q&A. You guys were so nice to leave questions last week, so I'm going to just be answering those questions. But stay tuned for next Wednesday. I'm going to be doing a facial. So I'm going to be showing you my PM skincare routine. So stay tuned for next Wednesday if you want to have a spa facial day with me. But let's get started with these questions. Okay, number one, what would you recommend for dark sunspots for someone in their 30s? Number one, the most effective treatment is going to be to go to your dermatologist and get a prescription for a 4% hydroquinone cream. That's a bleaching, lightening cream. Also, usually they will prescribe you a prescription for Retin-A as well, because those two in conjunction are the best for treating hyperpigmentation. So you apply the Retin-A first, and it opens up the door so that the hydroquinone can just go deeper and dive deeper and treat that pigment deeper into your skin. So, Retin-A is very harsh, so you want to slowly work your way up to it, not just jump in and use that every day if you're new to it. But that is the number one most effective way, hydroquinone and Retin-A. But if that's not an option going to your dermatologist or doctor, then number two, I would recommend the azelaic acid by The Ordinary. That has been proven to work just as good as hydroquinone at bleaching and lightening pigment. It's also great for rosacea, great for acne too. So azelaic acid, you can apply that morning and night, twice a day. And another option is to get a vitamin C serum. Vitamin C is great at lightening and brightening. So you could get I just keep saying The Ordinary just because it's so affordable and effective. So their Ascorbyl glucoside is going to be one of the most effective vitamin C serums they have. So you can apply that in the AM, and then the azelaic acid in the PM. Couple other notes, glycolic acid is a great exfoliator that you can go in with before a couple times a week. The Ordinary has one, or you could use that Pixie Glow Tonic that Target sells, and that's going to be good at exfoliating your skin. The thing with hyperpigmentation, you want to constantly be exfoliating your skin, and you want to be very consistent with what you use. It can take up to 3 months to even 3 months to a year, sometimes longer. It depends how long you've had hyperpigmentation. It could even take a couple years to truly see results. So you gotta be patient, but most importantly, the most important product to put on your skin is sunscreen. Every day, no matter what the day, cloudy, whatever, sunscreen, because if you're doing all this treatment, but then you're going out in the sun, it's just gonna all come right back. So you really want a good sunscreen. I highly recommend La Roche-Posay. It's one of my favorite drugstore brands, and it's gonna be the most effective for drugstore as well. So CVS and Walgreens carry that, Target. And then you want to make sure you're using a hat, really covering up your face, make sure above your lip is covered up too. And another thing to keep in mind is even heat can flare it up. So be careful, try to not take really hot baths. If you cook a lot, try to avoid hot ovens as much as you can. If you live in a hot climate, truly just try to keep your skin cool, and that's the most sensitive cases, but I know hyperpigmentation can be really hard to treat, so you want to take all precautions and proper steps that you can. So number one, a hydroquinone cream. You could even check your drugstore and see if they have that. 4% is going to be the most effective mixed with Retin-A, but if that's not an option, then I highly recommend azelaic acid by The Ordinary, and number three as a backup, a vitamin C serum. So hope that helps. Let me know if you have any more questions about that. Number two, have you ever experienced closed comedones? Is there a product or solution that you know of to help treat these? I've had them ever since I was 12, all over my chin and neck. Yes, I have had many closed comedones. That's just another word for whitehead. Yes, I've had those many times. And now if I'm really sensitive to a product, or if a product irritates me, I'll get them on my forehead. When I used to use products that had coconut oil, or I even tried the coconut oil cleansing method, which is not good if you have acne prone skin. You don't want any product with coconut oil, by the way, but that would just give me those closed comedones all over my forehead. So the products you're currently using can make a big difference too. So I asked you, what are you currently using? Because I'm just curious what those products are and if that could be making a difference. So you said your AM routine, you're using pretty much all e.l.f. skincare products. So the e.l.f. facial cleanser, rose water toner, that's fine. e.l.f. hydration moisturizer, e.l.f.'s prep and hydrate balm. PM, you have the cleanser, you have the Ordinary glycolic acid, and then you have the e.l.f. night cream. Also, you exfoliate 2 times a week with the e.l.f. scrub. Okay, so I looked up all these products on the e.l.f. website, and pretty much every product, I'm pretty sure every product, there might have been one that didn't, but I don't remember which one. but 4 out of the 5, they all contained fragrance perfume, which is big no, especially if you have acne. Fragrance is one of the worst ingredients in a skincare product if you have acne or breakouts, because it's so drying and irritating. It's gonna keep breaking you out. And unfortunately, many skincare companies sneak that in because you associate fragrance with products. You know, if a product smells really good, you're gonna really like that. You're gonna wanna keep buying it because it makes you feel good. You know, you don't want a bad smelling product, but unfortunately, fragrances are not good for your skin. So that's not good. They all contain fragrance, so that could be a big irritant. I looked at the Prep and Hydrate Balm, and that's just filled with silicones, which is great at just giving you that very silky smooth feeling. But the problem with silicones are very bad if you have acne prone skin. Unfortunately, silicones are literally in almost everything. I've been trying to do a lot of research on that and finding products that don't contain it, but silicones can break you out. The reason is they literally just like lock, they're like, think of it like petroleum and Vaseline. They just lock everything in, so it's not letting your pores breathe. It's not letting stuff come up through the pores. It's just getting trapped, and it can trap bacteria. So it can just be very irritating and break you out. So that is another, I don't know how long you've been on these e.l.f. products. Oh, so the night cream does not have fragrance, but it has silicone. So that is just an observation. I think if you have breakouts and acne, you want to take every little step possible to get rid of it. And I think silicones are a great product to cut out, especially in skincare. I know makeup's a whole other story, but if you can avoid them in your skincare, then that is a big plus. You know, after looking at your skincare, you have nothing with any like active ingredients, and you want something with a really good active ingredient that's gonna get down into your pore and break up all that oil, break up all that sebum, and clean out your pore. So I know you exfoliate twice a week, but again, you don't have anything with an active ingredient. And the best active ingredient for acne is it's gonna be salicylic acid. Salicylic acid is just great at getting down to the nit and grit of it and cleaning out your pores. It'll push it all to the top. So usually when you are on that, you will experience like a purging. That's where purging comes from, because you do want all that stuff to come to the surface so it can break free and your pore can be clear. Also, salicylic acid can be very drying, so you want to keep that in mind. So I have a couple suggestions. I'll start with the most affordable, cheapest option. Since the e.l.f. is very affordable, I'm gonna go based off of that, but I do have 2 high-end suggestions as well, just for you to look at. So number 1, for face wash, I don't have it so I can't show you, but it's by the Acura brand, and Target sells it. It's all organic. So either their soothing one, which I think would just be good to just use like a very gentle soothing cleanser, since I am recommending salicylic acid and that can be very drying. I don't want you to get too dried out with the cleanser. So that would be my number 1 choice. But if you do want something a little to kick it up a notch, they do have one for acne as well. So that contains salicylic acid, so that could be a great start. Those 2 cleansers at Target for I believe $9-10. Number 2, witch hazel for your toner. Oh, you said you have glycolic acid, and that's great for a toner, so you can continue using that. Actually, I don't know if you're using that every day, but if you wanted to just use that a couple nights and alternate, then I would suggest the witch hazel. This is alcohol-free, unscented witch hazel. I think you can get this at Target, the drugstore, Amazon, by Thayers. This is just very calming. It's anti-inflammatory. It's very good if you have breakouts, if you have a rash. It's just very good for your skin. It's not going to dry you out. It's great at tightening those pores. So it's just a good natural remedy. This witch hazel, it's not as drying as a glycolic acid. Glycolic's very drying, so I suggest that a couple times a week, only at nighttime. And this could be your toner for the morning time. Toner is good because it can wipe off any like pollutants or irritants that are in your tap water. If you have hard water, you know, some of that can be kind of harsh on your face. So it just kind of resets your skin's pH and preps your skin for your serum and gets off any excess dirt that your cleanser may have missed. So definitely suggest that toner. For the serum, then I recommend the ordinary salicylic acid, but you could also just use it as a spot treatment and just apply it there, because salicylic acid is so drying. You're not gonna want that all over your face if you only have acne on your chin. So salicylic acid to apply on your chin. And then for moisturizer, the ordinary's natural moisturizing factors. I have it right here. They just came out with their large size, which is 3 times the size as what they currently had. This is a great moisturizer. I have very sensitive acne prone skin and I like this. It has a mixture of a bunch of different things like peptides and amino acids, and it's very calming. It's very beneficial to the skin. And I have very sensitive skin, and I find that this works great for my very pregnant, sensitive skin. It's great for acne prone skin as well. So this large size was like $7.90. You can get their smaller tube, which is half the size, and that's $5. So very cheap. By the way, the Ordinary website offers free shipping once over $25. So I think the salicylic acid and this, I'm gonna recommend one other product, will get you there. So I don't think that's too expensive. I think these are still like drugstore prices, you know? I recommend this over the e.l.f. moisturizer. There's no silicone, there's no fragrances. And you know, if you find your skin's very dry, then I would suggest the Ordinary Squalane Oil. It's great for all skin types. It won't clog your pores and it will just kind of lock in everything. So that's it for the Ordinary. I do have a last suggestion. This is something like whenever I get a breakout or a new breakout, I leave this on as an overnight treatment, and it's this Myrrh clay by Niod. You don't have to get this exact one, but clay is very good as a leave-on treatment overnight. It's just kind of like a little hack I like doing. So I'll put it on the pimple, and usually like after 2 days it's gone. But you know, you have the salicylic acid, so I don't know if you'd want to like mess with this, but if you have any, like if you see like a mud mask or clay, get it, because this product's very pricey, but clay is very healing and beneficial for breakouts as well. So it's another suggestion. But I think to start, it'd be good to switch up your skincare, get a new cleanser, maybe get a witch hazel because that's just very healing, and get salicylic acid, and then the moisturizer by the Ordinary. I think that will make a big difference. If you haven't noticed any difference, then you know, maybe it's time to just kick it up a notch. So azelaic acid can be really good at healing acne. The clay can be really beneficial. And then for my high-end picks, I have the Paula's Choice salicylic acid. The Ordinary salicylic is honestly the same thing for like 1/3 the price. But my third option would be my favorite esthetician, Ren Retinoid. She's based in Dallas, Texas. She has a skincare line, and it's my favorite skincare line besides the Ordinary. The Ordinary is my favorite affordable skincare line, and my favorite high-end is by Ren Retinoid. She created 9 different lines of products based on your skin type, because she realizes there's not a one-size-fits-all. Everyone has different skin types. So she has this Zit Kit, and it has 3 products, but you can buy them separately. But she has like an anti-blemish, an anti-cyst treatment. I believe that's pure salicylic, and she has said salicylic is the best thing for acne, she's discovered. And I don't know what the other 2 products are, but they're to be used like the different stages of a zit. Like there's a treatment once you pop the zit. There's like an anti-scar gel as well, but that could be an option looking into her Zit Kit, but it's expensive. Her products are pricey. I'll link her website below so you can take a look, but I think the Ordinary products are great, honestly, to start, and they're very effective. So that's my spiel. Let me know what you think. Let me know what you think of my suggestions. If you only want to incorporate one into your routine and keep all the e.l.f. products, then I highly recommend get salicylic acid. But I highly recommend you switch up your current products you're using, because I think those could be very clogging to your skin. So I hope this helps, and I would love updates, and I want to, you know, I'd love to keep helping you just to see if we can crack down on this. Okay, number 3, what's your opinion on drugstore serums? Do they typically have the same ingredients as, say, Ren Retinoid? Ooh, this must be from someone who I've gotten onto Ren Retinoid. So my opinion on drugstore serums, I don't like them. I'm very picky with my skincare because I have suffered from acne since I was 11 years old, and I have found that drugstore products just aren't good for acne prone skin. The difference with the drugstore compared to Ren Retinoid is Ren Retinoid has no fragrances, no crap fillers. I believe she has silicone in some of her products, but I just don't think silicone's good if you have acne prone skin. But like the drugstore, a lot of them have fragrances, a lot of them have parabens. Ren Retinoid has no parabens. Many dermatologists will say parabens are fine, but I personally avoid parabens because they've been linked to cancer. So mini drugstore, even like Cetaphil, like that's for the most gentle skin type, and yet I was using that and found my skin to be drier than ever. Why? Because it's filled with parabens. I don't think it has fragrance, but it has parabens. It's like 2 or 3 different types of parabens, and a lot of them have sulfite, sodium lauryl sulfate, which is the foaming agent in it, and it's what's gonna make it foam. But the problem with that is it can be very drying and stripping of your natural oils. So that's not good. So René Relay has no sulfates, no fragrances, no parabens, no mineral oil. So that's just the luxury of her products compared to drugstore. Drugstore doesn't really regulate that stuff. Definitely are some drugstore products that are good, but for the most part, a lot of them can just have like drying and irritating ingredients. Next question, do you use a specific brand of sunscreen? Yes, I do. I have them down here to show you. My #1 choice by ClarityRx. Their UVA, UVB protection SPF 30 with zinc oxide as the main active ingredient. I was never able to get this to work, so I just always screw mine and just apply it onto my hands and apply it onto my face that way. I love this brand. It's all natural and organic. I don't feel bad about putting this on my skin. Yeah, there's no fragrances or drying ingredients in this. So this is definitely like a thicker sunscreen though. So if you don't like that, you won't like this. I personally like a nice thick mask before I go in with my makeup because it kind of hides any redness I have. But I find that this doesn't cast like a white cast on me. It blends it out beautifully. So I love ClarityRx. And then #2 would be the Elta MD Skincare UV Elements Broad Spectrum SPF 44. This is tinted. So if you personally hate the like thicker sunscreens like this and really white sunscreens, because this has zinc oxide, that's what's gonna make you very white. Well, actually this has more zinc oxide than this one does. This has zinc oxide and titanium dioxide, so this is gonna be more effective than this one, by the way. So this will protect you from ultraviolet and infrared radiation, which is like indoor lights and like heat and just different forms of radiation, which is really good. But this is dye-free, fragrance-free, gluten-free, oil-free, paraben-free, sensitivity-free, and non-comedogenic. I usually recommend this to more people because 1, it is tinted. 2, I find that it absorbs pretty fast into my skin and I love it under makeup. But this is also great if you're in a rush, or if I'm in a rush and I just don't have time for foundation. This is gonna give me like some bit of color and protection as well, so I don't feel like a ghost. But it's 100% physical sunscreen. And again, I love that it's tinted. It's just supposed to be like a universal tint, very moisturizing. I don't think it's too thick. I find that it blends in fine. See, it blends out beautifully. It's great at covering redness as well. Third pick is a drugstore pick, and it's the brand La Roche-Posay, their Anthelios SPF, I believe 60. I've currently been trying these out, so I don't have that, but when I run out of these, I'm gonna get the drugstore. It's kind of expensive for drugstore. It's like 17, 18 bucks, but it is a great drugstore. It used to only be sold at the salons and dermatologist office, but now it's at Walgreens, CVS, and Target. So it is a really good, great physical sunscreen. They also have a very sheer one. I forget the name of it, but I'll link it below. And that one is incredible under makeup. If you like a really sheer, non-greasy sunscreen, then check out the La Roche sheer one. But yeah, La Roche-Posay is gonna be the most affordable and effective. So that one's great. And then these are my current ones I'm using at the moment. Can you recommend milky cleansers that remove eye makeup? Sure. This is just what I use. It's the René Relay Vitamin Infused Cleansing Emulsion. I use this to remove makeup. Again, René Relay, I love her blog, and she's just a very knowledgeable esthetician. She's the one who told me where I first heard you should never oil cleanse, which I used to do, because that's like the best way to remove makeup, and I wear a lot of heavy makeup. But she said the problem with that is oil is the thickest molecule. So when you're starting with an oil cleanser, it's gonna leave a residue. Balms are not good. They're very waxy. They're usually wax based, and that leaves a very strong residue as well. So when you start with that, it's gonna leave this film, and so all your following products won't be able to get through that and aren't doing their job and being absorbed as they should. So anyways, definitely taking me time to get used to this, but first put it on your dry hands and then massage it onto your dry face for like 30 seconds, then wet your fingers, lather it up, and then get a warm washcloth. And I always use this. It's a microfiber washcloth. I just get it from Amazon. I'll link it below. But the magic in the makeup remover is in this. When this is warm, you're wiping off all that makeup. So this is what's really gonna get like my eye makeup off. But yeah, for the most part, sometimes I need to go in with the second time, just go over my eye makeup and then really use this to get it all off. But you know, every now and then, if it's really intense, I'll have to go in with an eye makeup remover. And I go in with Ren Retinoid eye makeup remover, gentle eye makeup remover. So I like this cleansing emulsion, great for all skin types. She also has a cleansing milk, which I plan on buying. It's like her aloe vera cleansing milk, which is supposed to be even more gentle. I plan on buying that once I run out of this. But number 3, my third choice is by Glossier, their milk jelly cleanser. And I plan on buying that as well. But that has great reviews. It's supposed to be great at taking out makeup. And like ingredients wise, these have the best, safest ingredients, no parabens, no sulfates that are gonna dry you out, and they're supposed to really help remove makeup. But just keep in mind, you definitely need a good washcloth to fully remove, you know, wipe all that makeup off. You want to be gentle, but microfiber is really good at just kind of pulling that makeup off. I have the hardest time with my melasma. My skin is so particular with what I use. Even if an ingredient has been working, my skin will then decide it doesn't like it any longer and my melasma will darken. It's dark right now and I have no idea what caused it. I have a couple suggestions. One, have you ever tried Hydroquinone 4%? Do you think that would work mixed with the Retin A? Number 2, from like research I've done from people whose melasma doesn't seem to go away. I did find one interesting blog post about a girl that took a more internal holistic approach, because she said she had hers for like 8 years and her dermatologist told her, if you've had it more than 5 years, then at that point lasers and like vitamin C serums won't do anything for you. Which again, this is just something I read. A lot of it is hormonal. One, it's caused by a hormonal imbalance, so that's why like pregnancy can make it worse. When you're on your menstruation, that can darken it, and also heat can make it worse. So that's something else to consider if you're really sensitive to heat. Try to take cooler showers. I don't know if you live in a hot climate, so just try to like stay out of the heat. Try to stay away from hot ovens because that can make it flare up. Hot tubs are bad when you're driving, so try to wear a hat and sunscreen even when you're driving, and you want a really good sunscreen that will protect from UV and those infrared rays as well. Those are just a couple of side notes, but this blog post said she took an internal holistic approach since it's clearly a hormonal imbalance. So that's something to suggest. From what I've concluded from that, what that girl did, and she said it noticeably made it better. She also concluded that her hormonal imbalance was a result from prescription medicine. She was on Accutane for many years and something else that caused that. And you know, birth control, you said you're not on that, but that can make it darken because that's, you know, it's like a surge of hormones. So I don't know if you've ever been on prescription medicine, but maybe that had made it worse. But anyways, this girl took a holistic approach to treating her melasma and went to her internal medicine doctor. A doctor addressed her hormonal imbalance by realizing she has chronic stress. She has thyroid disorder, congested liver, and gut inflammation, and is very fatigued. She has poor sleep and poor digestion. So lack of sleep, I guess, you know, can cause a hormonal imbalance. And poor diet. So I think you said your diet's fine. You cut out sugars and dairy. This girl started with an anti-inflammatory diet. She added turmeric, ginger, and cilantro, foods that help with your liver function. For supplements, she takes vitamin C, B vitamins, and holy basil for balanced nutrition. I don't know what holy basil does. I don't know anything about that. And then on top of that, she took the traditional topical medicines for melasma. So she was on a topical hydroquinone 4% cream as well as IPL lasers. So she said she saw a significant improvement in that. She had melasma for 8 years before going to an internal medicine doctor, figuring out what's going on internally. So since you feel like you've tried everything, that's just a suggestion, something new I found that I haven't really heard before. And you know, I agree with the same thing with acne because a lot of it is internal. So maybe that could be a good option, going to a holistic internal medicine doctor and looking at internally like how your hormones are and try to balance out those hormones, since it is a hormonal imbalance that causes melasma. But you know, the sun and heat can make it worse, so you truly want to be careful with that. You know, your diet and whatever's going on internally could be a big factor. So that could just be a suggestion of something you haven't tried, as well as a hydroquinone 4% cream. So let me know your thoughts on that. You know, just the fact that nothing seems to be working and you have had it for more 5 years just tells me maybe you should look at a more internal approach to balancing out your hormones, since it is a hormonal imbalance. So, okay, so affordable skincare routine recommendation. You cleanse with the Garnier Pore Cleanser, Witch Hazel. You've been on Retin-A for a year. Your skin's adjusting great to it. You've noticed small changes in acne, but still lots of blackheads and fine lines. No difference in melasma, which covers majority of your face, and you notice small differences in crow's feet. So what I'm wondering is, melasma your main concern that you want treatment with? Because if that's the case, since you're on Retin-A, you could add a bleaching cream to go with it. So add a hydroquinone, see if you could get a prescription hydroquinone. If not, see if like the drugstore, CVS or Walgreens has a hydroquinone cream. I don't know if they do, but I know like hydroquinone 4% is going to be the most effective with Retin-A, and you would apply that. I think you can apply that twice a day, but I definitely know for nighttime, you'd apply your Retin-A first and then the hydroquinone, because it helps the hydroquinone absorb a lot more and deeper into the pigment. Lots of blackheads. Let's see. So the Retin-A is supposed to be good for that, but you know, you could also consider salicylic acid for those blackheads as a treatment for those blackheads. Since you're using Retin-A in the PM, use salicylic acid in the AM. That could be a good suggestion, which the Ordinary has a salicylic acid. That's gonna be the most affordable, the cheapest. And then I don't know about cheapest, most affordable hydroquinone cream, but that's gonna be one of your best bets for melasma. But an alternative to that could be azelaic acid, which the Ordinary has. But you don't wanna apply azelaic with your Retin-A, so use azelaic acid in the AM. It's been proven to bleach and lighten the skin like hydroquinone cream has, and then, you know, your PM use your Retin-A. So most affordable wise, things to add could be azelaic acid and salicylic acid, but you don't want to use the azelaic and salicylic together, but azelaic has been proven to help with blackheads and acne too. So maybe cut out the salicylic and just use azelaic acid in the AM. I think that could be a great addition to your routine, you know, to help lighten the melasma and overall just help treat acne. You want to ease your way into it because it can be very harsh, especially since you're on the Retin-A that makes your skin more sensitive. You want to ease your way into the azelaic acid. So start out with that 2 to 3 times a week and work your way up to every morning, because you can definitely use that in the mornings. Okay, last question. Help! College problems, drinking and partying are drying up my skin, and I'm addicted to ice cream, but it makes me break out. What do you recommend I do? Silly question, but what I'm really wondering is, does what I consume actually affect my skin? Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, what a question. And boy, do I have some words to say to you. Number one, yes, I was a college girl myself. I was in college, and I will let you know that I've never had worse skin in my life than when I was in college. So to answer your first question, yes, what you eat and your lifestyle directly affects your skin. I don't care who says it doesn't. I have very acne prone skin that what I eat directly affects my skin. Like if I go to Steak and Shake, get a burger and fries and milkshake, my skin's gonna look like crap the next day. It just does. So if you are the type of person that doesn't affect you, you're lucky. But it does affect me. I break out right away when I eat greasy fried foods because they're so high in fat, and also foods high in fat can break you out more. So let's break down what you're probably doing at night. One, you're consuming alcohol, which is very dehydrating to the skin. One of the most dehydrating things you could do for your skin. Number two, you're staying up late, so you're getting bad sleep. Your skin, apparently the best time for your skin to turn over is like from 10 p.m. to like 1, 2 a.m. So if you're sleeping at that time, then you're gonna get the best benefits. Your skin's truly gonna turn over at that time. So anyways, you're staying up late, which bad sleeping patterns and like infrequent sleeping patterns aren't good for your skin. Number three, you're probably stuffing your face with cheesy, greasy pizza and chips and burgers and fries and whatever not at like 4 or 5 a.m. So that's, again, very dehydrating. High fat, bad for your skin, can break you out. Yeah, again, you're not getting the proper sleep you need. So it can directly affect your skin. So, you know, you just gotta try. I know it's hard. I know everyone's going out. You wanna be cool, but you know, maybe instead of putting vodka in a water bottle, drink water in a water bottle. No one would know the difference. Just chug that water bottle left and right all night and just tell people it's vodka. You'll be more hydrated than anyone the next day. Try to pick one night a week to go out and not multiple nights in a row, because that definitely wreaks havoc on your skin. But you know, maybe this is just a time in your life you need to get through, and hopefully once you're out of college you can get on a better routine. But you know, part of growing up is getting rid of that partying, and you know, you just want to treat your body good. If you take care of your body and treat your body good, it's going to take care of you and look good. So I just know drinking is very dehydrating to the skin, and when your skin's dehydrating, then lines are going to be more magnified. You're going to see more lines coming up because your skin isn't plump. It doesn't have moisture or hydration. So sounds like you got some personal issues to work on, but hey, I understand. I was in college once and my skin was very bad then. It just was. It just was. But good luck to you. I'd be happy to talk with you and consult with you more. Email me. So that wraps up this video, everyone. Thank you for watching. Stay tuned for next week. We are going to do a facial together. I'm going to show you my PM skincare routine. So until then, I hope you have a great day, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.